Very good evening to the students who have joined the session for today. We will be proceeding with the unveiling of EngiNx 2021, the new normal. And for today, we have the speakers, Mr. Pankaj and Mr. Daniel Arugin. It's just a brief introduction about them. So, Pankaj is currently heading talent development function for EIS and IoT units, and he is the owner of EngiNx program. Based out of TCS Kolkata, Pankaj comes with 16 plus years of experiences at TCS and has played multiple roles in business for various leading TCS customers, resource management, and HR function across multiple geographies. Moving on next is Mr. Daniel Alvin, who is a mechanical engineer with new product development, product engineering, value engineering, uh, knowledge management and academic interactions with over 22 years of industrial experience with TCS for the past 15 years. He is also trained 350 plus professors in NPT and value engineering. Welcome both Pankaj and Daniel. Over to you.
Thank you, Padma. And thank you, Ram and Daniel, for joining in. Good evening, students. Although we are around more than a month in the new year, wish you all a very happy and prosperous 2021. And at the outset, I would like to thank Padma and Ram and the entire team for providing us this opportunity to be connecting with the student community for this event of unveiling EngiNx, wherein we get an opportunity to help the students understand about what EngiNx is, what is the program construct, and what lies ahead for them. So I'm glad to be bringing forth the news of launching a reimagined version of EngiNx, the flagship gamified hiring contest of engineering and industrial services and Internet of Things units within TCS. So this is the 8th edition that we have already launched, and we had 7 very successful editions of EngiNx that have completed, and many of your seniors have enjoyed the journey of past EngiNx's. So while we have conducted 7 editions of EngiNx in past already, this EngiNx brand, might not be new to many of you here in this call. You must have heard it from your seniors, might have heard it from your peers, faculty members. But last year, due to the break, there was a break for 1 year where we could not launch EngiNx 2020. And that was again due to some unforeseen reasons due to the pandemic scenario. We saw that as an opportunity and have reimagined EngiNx 2021 to make the entire contest framework, which is more adaptable and suitable to be executed and more aligned with the new normal. So aligned with this year's broad theme, which you all would have seen, digital for new normal, we are taking it in letter and spirit, and we have conceptualized our entire contest keeping in mind the digital transformation that is going to impact our lives in the new normal, and taking this contest also on in a 100% digital way, wherein this will be done right from registrations till grand finale in a virtual mode to adapt and adopt ourselves and our contest to the new normal. So first and foremost, I would want to impress upon what is this digital for new normal and why did we choose this theme. So, ever since this pandemic scenario has hit all of us, we are seeing the kind of digital transformation that is happening around us. There has been various aspects of our personal lives or social lives, even industrial aspects, wherein we are seeing digital transformation actually catapulted the entire way of operations, the way we were operating, the way we were leading our lives. To help you understand, I'll quickly give some examples. Let's take example of how education changed. Uh, Even in December 2019 or January 2020, it was difficult to imagine that the entire education framework that is being followed across, not only in India, across the globe, can be migrated to a virtual mode. So, since digital was ready, it was easy for us to adapt and migrate or move the entire learning, not only for senior students and college going students, even for primary students, to a digital platform. And we all are seeing that it's happening pretty well. There has not been much impact on the final outcome or the final offerings that are being given to the students. Even primary schools, right from primary schools till senior programs, postgraduate doctoral programs, everything is happening in a virtual mode. Assessments, tests, exams, everything is happening in virtual mode. So this pandemic gave us an opportunity to see how digital has transformed our lives. Also, giving another example that all of you will be able to relate to is entertainment. Most of you would be watching these OTT platforms at your leisure. Earlier, OTT platforms were not picking up the way they picked up when cinema halls were closed, movie theaters were not operational, right? Amazon Prime, Netflix, and various other leading OTT platforms or new platforms emerged. And this happened only because digital was ready to make this change when this pandemic hit us. Uh, in January 2020, probably we would not have thought that the entire doctor consultation will happen over a WhatsApp call or a video call. But when this pandemic hit us, we adopted because digital was ready. This transformation could happen because digital was there to make it happen, right? So there is where we see and we believe that digital transformation is the way going forward, or is the default that is going to be leading, or rather digital has immense potential to grow, not only during this new normal but beyond the new normal, beyond the pandemic also. And there is where we have conceptualized the broad theme of this year's contest, EngiNx 2021, as digital for new normal. While we have Mr. Daniel, who is one of the senior most mentors of EngiNx. He has led teams in several past editions of EngiNx and has worked very closely with students to help us understand better about what is that TCS is looking at from the students while you are going to submit the solutions, etc. I will invite him at slightly later, after 5 minutes or so. Prior to that, I'll just help you understand that what has been reimagined in EngiNx 2021. So, as I was mentioning, this year's contest is going to be different from previous editions because previous editions, mostly there used to be an in-person connect right from unveiling EngiNx. Even during unveiling EngiNx, we were visiting campuses, colleges, and meeting all of you in your respective campuses and talking about what exactly EngiNx means, what it holds for you, and the interaction used to be one-on-one, wherein we have kicked off this year with a completely virtual connect, wherein all of us are connecting in a virtual platform. Going forward, the program construct has changed in a manner that erstwhile, in our previous editions, EngiNx was mandating a team of 4 individuals to form a team and then participate in EngiNx. So, looking at how previous participants have come up with solutioning and careful deliberation of what kind of effort is required from an individual as well as what kind of effort is required as a team in EngiNx. We have taken a call to reduce the team size from 4 to 3 from this year onwards. So you will be required to form a team of 3 individuals who are pursuing their graduation in Bachelor of Technology or Bachelor of Engineering from the same college, but coming in from different disciplines and different year of graduation also. As in, this program is open for people who are graduating in 2022 and 2023. So you can form a team with any of 2 other team members who are either from your discipline or from other discipline, graduating in 22 or 23, but you have to be from the same college. While we have not put in any restriction on the discipline of team formation, but TCS encourages a cross-functional team formation. It is very easy to go ahead and form a team with your best buddy or with someone who's your roommate or who with whom you are very comfortable, but that does not bring in the best out of either of you. It is always that since you are comfortable working with the other person, and the other person is likewise okay with you, you both come in together, but the kind of solutioning that could have come out towards the solution that you are going to propose to TCS does not come out because you are constrained somewhere or the other. So TCS always encourages to form a team which is interdisciplinary across disciplines and then participate in this contest. This is my personal experience. In past also we have seen when different people, different individuals from different backgrounds, engineering backgrounds have come in together, they have delivered best. So try to form a team which is interdisciplinary. So that is one of the changes that we have brought in, team size reduction. Second thing that has changed in this contest is this entire contest is going to be conducted in a virtual mode, as I said, and the grand finale also will be done in a completely virtual mode. Third thing which is changed in EngiNx 2021 is that the collaboration that used to happen with TCS in past, where TCS used to assign mentors and mentors used to guide you and take ahead or rather empower you in refining your solutions, will be more structured in this edition. Why? Because this year onwards, we are not going to give you themes as we were giving in past. This year onwards, we are going to give you problem statements, which will be aligned to industry or personal aspects of our life or social aspects of our lives. And you will be required to provide your solution in and around that problem statement only. So that will certainly call for a focused guidance from TCS, and that is what we will continue to provide throughout this event. So once the registration closes on 28th of February, we will have the elimination round, wherein multiple choice question round is going to be made available to all those teams which will be successfully formed. So until and unless you form a team, you will not be able to take up the elimination round, that is the MCQ quiz. So once the successfully formed teams take up this quiz that will happen on 1st or 2nd of March, the dates are already declared and available in Campus Commune, top 500 teams will be picked up. Basis the scores that they will get in that multiple choice question quiz. And this multiple choice question quiz is going to be done for subjects like mathematics and physics, which will be of class 12th standard. So something that you would have studied in class 11th and 12th is what is going to be asked in that quiz, MCQ. And then there is going to be one additional a paper or a quiz, that MCQ quiz that will happen for those who will qualify mathematics and physics, is IoT, that is Internet of Things, which is again going to be the basics of Internet of Things. For you to know what Internet of Things is, what is happening in that space, and what has happened in past, and how this entire technology has emerged. So once your scores are finalized, top 500 teams will move into the first round of EngiNx, wherein they will be given these problem statements. The teams will be required to pick and choose one out of 6 to 8 problem statements is what we are conceptualizing now. So one of the problem statements that they feel is closest to what they would want to do, an area of their interest, can pick that up, and then they are required to submit the solution to TCS. There will be solution guidelines provided to you, that what exactly has to be covered in that solution that you are going to say, what is the format that is going to be followed. All that will be given to the qualified top 500 teams. Probably Daniel will be talking more in terms of what is that we are looking at from you when you are solutioning the problem, working towards the solution of those problem statements. And then post evaluation of the submissions that will come from top 500 teams, we will select the best or top 150 teams. And then these 150 teams will be required to develop and whatever they had put on pen and paper in the first round, and they move to the next round. So they, in this phase, they will be required to develop either a prototype or the framework of their solutioning that they proposed to TCS in the initial round. And then again, this will be evaluated by TCS, and top 25 teams will be identified, which will be evaluated by a panel constituted within TCS for identifying the best 5 teams in TCS. Best 5 teams in EngiNx, and those 5 teams will be the top 5 finalist teams who will be battling it out to be the winner on the grand finale day. So this is the broad level program construct. For better details and other information which I might have missed and you might be willing to know, please refer the contest note which is uploaded in Campus Commune, and it captures each and every information about the contest. With this, I'll take a pause, and I would request Mr. Daniel to pitch in and one guide that what is the kind of solutioning that TCS is looking at, and any other aspect that Daniel feels that I have missed out that needs to be told. So over to you, Daniel.
Yeah, thanks, Pankaj. And good afternoon, all. First of all, I would like to thank you all for sparing your time and attending the session. And thanks, Padmavati and Mr. Ramkumar for making all these arrangements to make this event happen. So I will just share my screen and then talk about some of the points. So Pankaj, help me whether you are able to see my screen.
I can. Yes, the PPT is up.
Yes. Yeah. So good afternoon, all. So today, quickly, I am going to talk about how we are going to do EngiNx 21 and the theme, how a sample problem statement will be, what is expected from you. So, and how the entire thing will happen. So already Pankaj has explained, but the actual things, the nitty-gritty, some of the points you will have when you take up the problem statements, how to deal with that, those points with the examples I will cover. So the key thing is, I want to start this with a story. So long back, a king is very good in war. So he went and conquered almost all the neighboring things in all the 3 directions. But one of the directions he has not ventured into war because he is not giving any trouble. But of late, that particular neighboring country is becoming a major problem for him. By the time the king has found, all his archeries and whatever the ammunition he has, all these things have been worn out and broken. So he has a doubt whether if he go for a war, whether he will be able to win that person because that particular neighboring kingdom has not used any of their war and ammunition, and so everything is new. So he went and discusses with his mentor, so what to do. So at the time the mentor tells, don't worry, because you have applied whatever the war techniques, and your people are well trained, and they can manage and they can win over. So the ultimate thing is what the mentor told that king has happened. So the moral of the story is practice makes people perfect. So one of the key thing in our life is always we look for opportunities to apply whatever we have learned or whatever we are hearing from others or we are hearing from any of the medium, whether through book, by listening to people, by talking to our father, mother, friends. So each and everything in our life we want to apply and see. So for that, that is what the proverb tells. Practice makes people perfect. So to give that opportunity in our unit, engineering and industrial services and the IoT unit, we created this, EngiNx as a platform for engineering college students like you. So for that, as Pankaj told, we will be giving a industry problem statement. So the teams formed, they have to pick and choose a particular, the problem statement and how you will solve that problem in the digital mode. Because now you see this pandemic situation has created an opportunity for us to innovate whatever we are doing in the, in connect digital in person way. Those things we have to do in a remote way. For that, the digital has enabled, as rightly Pankaj has taken lot of examples from different ways of walks of our life, from education to medicine to everything. But it has happened. Even to quote a very great example, like now you see whatever the COVID vaccination is happening in the one side, vaccination development and testing is happening. The other side, experts have created the complete plan of how the supply chain should be, how the temperature should be maintained, how to monitor the quality of the medicine, the integrity of that at the delivery. So who has to be administered? What is the criteria? How to track that? Everything people have remotely worked, they ensure that, and everything is planned and it is made available. Because of that, you see within a week, millions of the correct targeted people have been vaccinated, and it is going forward. So that is the one great another example I wanted to quote. It is really we are seeing now in our eyes. It is happening across the globe, especially in our country. So such a similar problem statements you will be taking, and for that, and you have the problem statement assigned from the engineering team. So you may be wondering how I will be able to meet whatever the objective of this problem statement. Don't worry. So for that, the TCS team will have an mentors for each of the project teams. Once you qualify to the the last level, so you have appointed TCS mentors for each of the teams. They will guide you, how to refine your problem statements, how to select the right thing, and how to develop the solution in digital mode and demonstrate that. Because we are doing this one for the last 6+ years with the mentorship, and we have very rich experience, and most of us coming here as mentors is our passion, and whatever we learned through this country, through our company and working with the global leading organizations in most of the industry verticals, we come with that experience, we share it with you, we guide you, we help you to do that work. Whatever we are doing in the industry, the similar solution development, we help you to develop in this, taking the sample problem statements. This will be a great learning experience. By doing that, we also learn a lot of things, how we can jointly work with the young minds, young energetic minds like you, and how to take it forward. So that is what the key objective of this particular program. And please remember that we are not just giving the problem statement and expecting everything from you. we have, we will appoint a TCS mentors. Each project team will have a TCS mentor who will guide you, help you with regular meetings, and help you to achieve the target. That is what the key thing I want to highlight on. So this year's theme, as we all talked, it is digital for new normal, because now it has become a key thing is any product or any problem, if you see, it has to be solved with a combination of these four elements. It will have a mechanical, it will have a component of electrical, it has sensors and elements from electronics, and it has a software or application which will control, and it will generate data and helps you to improve the effectiveness of that. So anything and everything, it is a combination of four, and it has to be done in the connected world. So that is where whatever we are developing, so it is for anything, anywhere, anytime, for everyone. It is not a particular person. So this is what the key thing, now the digital is enabling across the globe for any product, service, or any requirements from any citizens or any human being on this earth. So please remember, digital for new normal is all about anything, anywhere, anytime, for every human being on this earth. So that is the a larger objective for which we have selected this particular theme. So with that in mind, so how we can do that one, we will see this. Now I am into the next slide. So this is a typical, new product development life cycle. We start with, what is the problem statement. Then we move to scope out that one, clearly defining the boundaries. Then you go on to do the feasibility analysis to solve that problem within that particular boundaries. So whether I have the technology readily available, even if the technology ready, but whether it can be applied in that particular industry and domain or in that country. So you do the complete feasibility analysis. After that, so you go on do the complete development planning. So how to put the development team in place, what will be the timeline, how much budget, who will be the target audience, how to prepare the audience, what are all the regulations. Now one of the key thing is lot of regulations, right from your privacy to data privacy to whatnot. Every aspect of our life, lot of regulations has been come, and whatever we are doing, we have to comply with that. So that also we will plan that and do that. After that, you go for the complete, the design of your solution, do the testing, and you will go and set up the, because this is a typical life cycle, and everything now it has to happen in the digital mode. Instant data exchange across the life cycle. So whatever you are seeing right from the problem statement to till end of life, whatever is happening in the industry, everything, the data from one point to other has to be exchanged, so that the effectiveness of the product development can be improved, as well as the effectiveness of the product also can be improved. So that is where the digital is playing as a backbone of the product development, and this difficult situation further strengthen the need for a digital, and that is where you see most of the companies are investing in digital skills, and the digitalization percentage is increasing. So in our EngiNx journey, so the entire life cycle, because you are going to develop and you are going to demonstrate the solution whatever you have created in the digital mode. So because that is where it is similar to market launch. So this is a complete life cycle, right from the problem identification to demonstration you are going to do. This journey, the thesis mentors will be guiding to you. So all the steps are well defined, and each stage you will have screenings, well defined criteria, and you will be mentored and guided through the TCS Campus Commune portal, where the clear instructions will be given, and you can reach out to the EngiNx team. We are always there to help you out. So the key thing is you will be co-creating along with the TCS mentors, and we will be developing the digital solutions for the sample problem statements. So one of the key things, as Pankaj explained, we have they changed the thing, earlier we were allowing, the vast number of problem statements from you, but taking into account the current scenario and situation. So this year we want to define the problem statements and ask you to pick and choose. So what type of problem statements it will be and what type of solutions we have to develop. So for that, I will just so one particular example, a sample, you have to create a virtual chemical lab examination. If I have to take an typical education exam, example for digitalization, we all if you talk about high school. So one of the key thing is last year if you see almost during March only most of the practical exams need to happen and they have to grade them unfortunate thing happened. Schools are closed down. How people will be, doing the chemical lab experimentations because students has to be there in the lab and basically they have to do that. But whether we can enable this thing to happen with the digital technologies. So if you look at, in the chemical lab experiments, so what is that functions you have to enable? So you have to identify the chemical by conducting the experiments. So basically, you have to select the chemical and the acid and other things in the right quantity. You have to mix that. You have to do that with the proper steps and observe the color changes, how the settling happens, and you have to decode the change. Based on that, you have to identify what is that chemical is or what is that acid is, and you have to record the finding. So typically this is the process you will be doing in the normal physical mode, when where you go to the chemical lab and you will be doing it. Whether the same thing, whether you can enable it in the digital way, yes, you just think about whether you can bring the intervention of virtual reality mode. So where you will be creating a complete virtual reality application and you allow the person to wear the headset and to play the entire thing and identify it, or you can go on a augmented reality mode, give some physical markers through which he has to conduct the experiment and you have to plan it in a way that in a non-contact mode he will be able to do the same experiment. Or you can go and create a complete video game, computer system based type of game, and through which he will be able to identify. In the meantime, you will be able to evaluate virtually. So digitally it is possible. So this type of this is one of the education example I am just quoting. So people may think that this is a very practical physical thing. How it can be done in the virtual digital mode? It is possible because now technologies like AR, VR, or the application development, the video game industry is well matured. Quickly, people are creating lot of things. Whatever you are seeing in the social media, lot more thing. If something happened in the market or industry, quickly there is a 3 minutes, 5 minutes meme or video meme has created and come. You can see, the speed at which it can be created and reached because digital is the backbone there. So why can't you leverage that one for solving this problem statement? This is one similar example. So like, the another problem statement. So we all, in this pandemic situation, we experimented with, cooking in different dishes and tried something. So one of the key thing now emerging as a industry itself is virtual cooking apprenticeship. People want to take a quick break, go to some finishing school type of thing. They want to experience cooking, so they want to be like so in that, whether you can enable the same thing as a virtual cooking apprenticeship, whether you can create it. So what is the function you have to fulfill? So there is a particular recipe and you have to select the right ingredient to make that recipe, and you have to source it from the right places, the right variety of that ingredient, and you have to measure it and you have to prepare. Basically, you have to cut, you have to choke, or you have to boil, and you have to mix it in the right way. You have to cook it in the right perspective, and the most important thing is you have to taste and ensure that the expected taste has been created, And important thing is after cooking everything, you have to present it in the most appealing way. That is one of the key things. And the other heartfelt thing in the cooking is when the person to whom you have offered the cook the food, you have to experience the fulfillment he is getting by eating you the food what you have taken, you have prepared and given to him. And the one of the other important thing mostly is ignored in the current scenario is cleaning. You go and look at these things, bits and pieces of different YouTube videos or blogs, and some of the photographs with menus, all those things will be there. But if you look at the holistically, if you are not covering this entire spectrum, you are not giving the experience to the people. So here, whether you can do this, realizing this complete thing in a virtual mode, yes, it is possible. So you have to focus on how I will be satisfying the senses, and I have to indicate the hazards like what type of waste I am creating or when I am cooking. If I go and poke my hand into stove or this one, how I will be getting up impacted because people who was not at all gone near the cooking area, this type of things is very critical. And you have to most important thing is the way you are enabling the digital enablement. It should be an experience for the person doing it. It should not be like an examination type of thing. So how to enable that? So you have to think in this entire life cycle aspect and then bring the right digital technology and we will be able to enable it. And the one key important thing is accept the smell because in digitally you will not be able to enable the smell, but the entire other things, if you properly understand, put the right technology and things, you will be able to create it. So this is another example. I want to just quote it with you. Yeah, so you may be wondering what some day-to-day life examples only Daniel is talking about. I want to give an industry example. So, for example, if you talk about industry, in industry we do lot of testing. You have to do you know you have to do the material testing. You have to ultimate tensile strength, your bending strength. You have to do the shear strength testing of the raw materials, because without that you will not be able to consume that raw material for any of your manufacturing. Once the product is produced as per the lot, if you have produced 1,000 numbers, out of 1,003 you have to take, it has to undergo mandatory tests for the qualification as well as the regulatory requirement mandate to meet the regulatory requirement. So it has to undergo the product testing. So all those things in the normal mode, we have the test setup, we have the test technicians who will be taking that, loading it, doing it. But now, because of this pandemic thing, it is closed. But you have to take it, the production with the limited capacity, you have to, continue. So in that time, how you can remotely enable the testing is possible. Your machines are there, and there are certain but only few number of people are going and working in the industry. The actual testing engineer who is doing the testing is not there. So in that condition, how you will be able to enable that? So what type of minimal automation you have to enable in the existing testing equipments, and what type of the digital connectivity you have to enable so that the data can be transferred through cloud to any of the cloud platforms, from where you can do the complete data analysis and then you can give the results. So this is what another expectation from the industry. You can take any of the testings, whichever is suitable to you. You can take a PCB testing, or you want to take a small software testing. For that, the code has been created and it has been done because of data security and other things in a closed lab environment. But you want to give that one to somebody in a secured way, and somebody has to sitting in the across the country or across the other location has to take and do the complete testing and give it back. So you can take any of those things, how you will be enabling in the digital mode. So this is a real industry problem. So every industry is approaching in a different way. So you have to pick and choose. Problem statements like this will be given. You have to define which element or which type of testing you are taking. For that, how you will be enabling a particular feature or the entire testing ecosystem together you want to enable digitally. You have to work on that, and you have to create a sample, the virtual working prototype, and you have to demonstrate at the end of this event. So that is the expectations. So with that, so I would like to thank you all for your time, and so any questions you can put in the chat window. So we will be replying to you.
Right. Thank you, Daniel. And I would request Ram to moderate the discussion now.
Yeah, thanks, Daniel and Pankaj. Thanks for the wonderful session. So I started getting a couple of questions already, Pankaj and Daniel. So to start with, okay, it is about again the team formation as we expected, Pankaj and Daniel,
Right.
and we make a team of different college members. It's
No.
no, but yeah.
Yeah. So, Ram, I'll take up the overall program construct related questions. And if there are questions related to the technical aspect of the final outcome, that Daniel will take. So, no, folks, we, as I indicated earlier also, no intra-college team formation is allowed. Intra-college or intra-university university team formation is allowed. All the three members of the team has to be necessarily from the same college. But we encourage you to come in from different disciplines. Yeah.
Thanks, Pankaj. And again, on the similar lines, Pankaj, I have no team members in my college, so what should I do? Should I participate or not?
See, you will not be able to move ahead until and unless you have a team of three individuals. So I'm sorry, it will be difficult for you to participate in EngiNx. But it is a bit strange that you are not able to find team members to form a team. The good part is that earlier you had to figure out three more people. This year it's only two more people. So look around and, as I said, go beyond your friend circle and roommates. You must have a WhatsApp group of your college friends. Float your idea that this is what I want to do, come together, and who knows, probably you will be one of the best teams.
Thanks, Pankaj. So there is one more questions coming up. I think it's a bit technical. So the life cycle is only waterfall model, or it may change from project to project.
Daniel, you can take this up.
Yeah, so the thing it is a mix of thing, because for example, till your problem, whatever the scope you are finalized and shared with the mentors, it will go in the waterfall model. After that, it will be the agile mode, because there is lot of elements you have to develop. So the mentors will guide you which feature you have to develop first and the second. So it will be combination of that. When you go to the pure, development, once you do the complete architecture, the development will be fully on the agile mode actually.
Thanks, Arvikyam. Again, it is on the registration process, Pankaj. Probably I might answer it because it's about NCP. So there is a student has been asking that when I am registering in NCP, they are asking about my nearby test areas. What purpose? What for what purpose? See, generally NCP registration you have to complete before coming into campus commune, because that is the gateway for TCS as a recruitment portal. So when we do this, the same reference ID, even you can use it for your next year TCS NQT program. So when you participate in your NQT program, the test center is something is been a mandate one, because that is where you will get your allocation and your hall ticket will be sent to them. So that is one of the necessity of giving that information, but it is nowhere related to EngiNx, to clear that. So, but yes, NCP registration is mandate so that you can come into campus commune with your NCP username and password, and post which you can register for this contest. I hope that doubt has been cleared. Okay, coming into next one. Avoid certificate for participating in EngiNx if at all we are not going to the final round.
See, as I indicated, the top 25 teams, why are you looking at only certificates? We are here to offer you jobs and internships. So the top 25 teams who will be evaluated by a panel constituted by TCS virtually, they stand a chance to get an internship offer if they are in second year now and graduating in 2023. And those who are graduating in 2022, they stand a chance to get job offers from TCS, again subject to their performance during the evaluation that will be done by the panel for EngiNx, and again personal interviews that will be done. So don't just look at getting a certificate from TCS. There is much beyond a certificate that is up for grabs through EngiNx.
Thanks, Pankaj. So the next question is on the lines of internship. So will I be getting a stipend if I get shortlisted for internship opportunity through EngiNx?
No, these are non-paid internships. Again, in the course of EngiNx, you are already being mentored and groomed and empowered through TCS mentors over a journey of 3 to 4 years, 3 to 4 months. All of you are required to be submitting a final year project, irrespective of region, college that you are coming from. And what better than this as an opportunity wherein industry experts are going to handhold you, empower you to develop a robust enough project that can be utilized for your final year project also. So, as EngiNx is already offering you plethora of opportunities in terms of learning, in terms of sponsorship to the top 5 teams for developing their final product, EngiNx internships will not be a paid one.
Thanks, Pankaj, for clearing the doubts because it is there with so many students. Good that you have addressed that. And there is one more question coming up again with the similar lines of the team formation. Sir, I have selected 2 of my members who is from biotechnology as a branch. So, will it possible for TCS to give a problem statement which would be easy for biotechnology students?
Again, there is no stopping from our side for any of the streams, folks. And biotechnology is absolutely a welcome branch. And as long as the the question about whether there is going to be a stream that is going to be aligned to biotechnology or not, at this point of time, I will not be able to comment on that. But in past editions, healthcare, medical devices, this has always been a part of EngiNx. And the last year's EngiNx winners, they were they did something in area of medical devices. So yes, absolutely. But my suggestion to you is, instead of getting in 2 people from biotechnology, it is better to have 1 member from biotechnology, 1 coming in from a computer science or an electronics background person, and the other one can be a computer science person, so that all 3 of you can together encash on each other's opportunities and refine your solution better. And the other biotechnology person can form another team. So that's how you all should be looking at while forming teams. See, TCS is not going to stop you if you are going to form your team with all 3 of you from computer science or electronics or even biotechnology for that matter, or mechanical or civil. All branches are open. Anyone who has the capability of developing a solution in lines with what TCS is prescribing, that is absolutely okay. But as I said, basis my past experience, what we have seen is when people from different strengths areas, they come in together, they encash on each other's strengths, they learn from each other, and they go far beyond than those who are just coming in from the same stream, same branch, understand the same concepts only. Yeah, over to you, Ram.
Thanks, Pankaj. You have nailed it. Okay, there is again one more on the registration area. I will address that, Pankaj and Arogyam. So, student, if you have any problem in logging into Campus Commune, or if you forget your username password, please write a mail to campuscommune@tcs.com. The team will help you in resetting your password. Okay. The next question again on the MCQ side, Pankaj, will mathematics test also includes aptitude and reasoning?
Yes, it will be inclusive of aptitude and reasoning as well. Yeah.
Okay.
To help students understand better, it is going to be more or less in lines with the entrance exams that you all would have taken while getting into engineering, folks. So it is not going to be something which is difficult or different for any one of you. You all would have completed that level of education to be here. Over to you, Ram.
Thank you, Pankaj. The majority of the questions is coming on the eligibility and the team formation. To address that, please, I'm requesting everyone who is registered for campus or EngiNx, please visit Campus Commune. We have already enabled the blog, and also the contest page has briefed, and it is very self-explanatory. So you can get all your doubts cleared. And I also believe Pankaj has cleared the doubt in detail about the team formation and also about the eligibility criteria. So,
Right.
yeah.
Also, Ram, we have posted blogs as well as some frequently asked questions in Campus Commune, as well as we had a session with training and placement officers across India last week. So I believe that recording is also going to be up in Campus Commune for all of you to refer. This call is also being recorded, so probably in a week's time this shall also be featuring in Campus Commune for all of you to refer back or listen in something that you have missed. But again, since there are plenty of questions that are coming in for regarding team formation, can I form a team within my college, outside the college, I'll again reiterate, you are free to form a team with 3 individuals from your college only. They can be from your discipline or any other discipline. You are free to do so. But again, I'm reiterating, TCS would want you to form teams interdisciplinary, so that you are learning from each other and encashing on each other's strengths and coming up with a better solution. But TCS is not stopping you from forming teams with someone who is coming in from your same stream or branch. So there is again, while I was speaking, I just saw how to change the team, sir. There is absolutely nothing can be done once your team is formed and it is registered in Campus Commune. So once you have registered your team in Campus Commune, or the way it is to be registered for EngiNx, that team is the final team and will have to continue until grand finale. So it is better to deliberate and do the diligence before team registration itself, that whether you are choosing and identifying the right people or not. Also, the MCQ is not to be taken as individuals, it is to be taken as a team. Over to you, Ram.
Yeah, thanks, Pankaj. You have answered a couple of questions. I hope the doubts would have been cleared by now. And there is one more question about the problem statement. So they're asking that what type of problems statement TCS is going to provide us.
Okay. While I would request Daniel to answer this, I'll add if there is anything that I feel is required to be told. Daniel, over to you.
Yeah, so the problem statements will clearly tell what is the current scenario, how the particular, as I explained, the testing, if you take an example, industry, lot of testings are happening. One of the, problem statements, you take any testing happening in the industry in the physical mode, whether the testing equipment is there, the person manually goes, loads, and then conducts the experiment, takes the data. After that, it goes for data analysis, and then you tell the results. So the same thing, how we can enable to conduct the same testing digitally when the person is sitting in a remote place. So that is what one of the sample problem statements you can take. So in that case, how the equipment, you have to establish a connectivity remote through cloud to that particular equipment, as well as some sort of automation you have to do, so that you will be able to load that particular material into the testing lab, and you have to create an application to connect these two things. So this is one set of one sample example you can take, or it can be another example where you have to create an application where you will be solving a problem like you have to eliminate water wastage, or any of the it will be an industry problem, or if you take any of the manufacturing process, whether it is a machining, or it can be any of the spark erosion process, or any other thing which is an industrial process, how you can do the complete analysis and make it greener, make it more sustainable mode, and you can enable the industry to watch and maintain the sustainability goals are met when they are doing that manufacturing process. So the clarity of the problem what is currently faced by the industry will be defined. There will not be any solution element defined in that. So it is up to the student teams to take a particular problem statement, and in that problem statement, whether you are addressing the entire problem or one particular segment of the problem alone you want to do, you have to define your scope. For that scope, how the solution architecture will be, how you will be solving that, but how that you have to create as a project report and you have to submit. So that will happen. So the stages is well explained in the campus commune blog. Once you qualify, clear the MCQ test. So from there onwards, once again, we will conduct a lot of sessions, and through that you will be guided.
Right. Thank you, Daniel. So, I was just taking a look at all the questions that are asked in the forum, and all I feel is if you go back and refer the contest note that is there in the Campus Commune channel, all your questions will get answered. While we have answered most of the questions, again, I am continuing to get questions that are repetitive in nature. So please, if you believe that you joined this call and any of your questions has not been answered because either you joined late or you feel that the moderators did not pick up the question, is only because we have either answered that question or that is covered in great detail in the contest note which is hosted in the Campus Commune portal. Even after that, if you feel that any of your question has not been answered, you please post it to Campus Commune. We will take a look at it and we'll respond appropriately. Over to you, Ram.
Yeah, thanks, Pankaj and Arakyam. We are just coming to the fag end of the session. So just one last question before we close
Sure.
this session. So there is a student from 2022 year of passing batch. So he is asked that whether I will get a job opportunity or an internship.
Okay, 2022, that means you are currently in your third year. And if you are one amongst the top 25 teams, and basis your individual performance in the team of EngiNx, as well as your performance in the TCS interview process, you are eligible for an offer to be given by TCS. The second year students who are currently in their second year and will be graduating in 2023, they will earn an opportunity of internship if they qualify to be in top 25 teams.
Thank you so much, Pankaj. That would have been cleared the doubts. And thanks once again, Pankaj and Daniel, for your time within your busy schedules. And thanks once again for all the students who has joined this session. And I'm requesting every one of you here, please come and visit the contest page in Campus Commune and get all your queries answered. Even if you have any queries, please come and post your queries under the comment section in the blog already published. We will be in a position to help you. And tomorrow we will be coming up with all the answers which has been asked for the questions as a blog. That also will help you in the future for you to refer back. Thank you once again. Stay safe and please go and complete your registration and form a team without fail. All the very
Thank you,
best.
everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thanks all participants. Thanks for your time. So it will be a great learning opportunity and mentorship from the TCS side. Don't bother much on the problem statements and other things. Please register. Be prepared for to gain very insightful digital experience with the mentorship from TCS mentors. So this is a great journey. We are doing it. So we are doing it for the last 8+ years, and it will be a great learning experience for you. We are very excited to work with you, and we're looking forward to engage with most of the people of you to get qualified as a teams, top 100 teams, and it will be a co-creation, co-creation for the industry. As I told, anything and everything, anywhere for everyone. So that is what the thing we are trying to achieve through this digital in a new normal journey. Wish you all the very best. Looking forward to engage in the projects. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind words, Daniel. And thank you, everyone. Thanks, Batma. Thanks, Pankaj. And thanks, Arjun.
Thank you.
Thanks all. Thank you.